Martell Holt walked into the gym. Things quickly shifted. Here's the twist. Martell wasn't even listed on the flyer. Ken from Love and Marriage, Huntsville was, but not him. So when he showed up in uniform, ready to play, people immediately started speculating. Was it a last-minute invite? Did he invite himself? Or was it just Martell being Martell, finding a way to slide into the spotlight? Whatever the case, his presence turned heads and social media lit up almost instantly during the game. Martell sat down with Lori from Netflix's dating series for a quick interview. Lori praised him, calling him one of her favorite people from Love and Marriage, Huntsville. She told him she didn't care what others said, she liked him. Martell responded with charm, saying he was happy to support the cause, even joking about sweating a little on the court and promising not to hurt anyone during the game. On the surface, it was a harmless, feel-good exchange meant to highlight the event. But when the video hit social media, the reaction was explosive. Some viewers supported Martell, calling him attractive, giving him credit as a father, and even jokingly asking if he was single. Others, however, didn't hold back. They accused him of lying, chasing clout, and showing up uninvited just to grab attention. Some called him a disgrace, dragging up his history with Melody Shari and questioning his honesty, especially since he recently mentioned having a fiancé on the show. A claim many fans doubted. Lori, trying to defend him, reminded critics that the event was about charity, not about tearing down a reality star. She even deleted negative comments, pointing out that if people cared enough to argue about Martell, it only proved he was still relevant. But the backlash didn't stop, and once again, Martell became the center of controversy. This moment reflects the complicated way the public sees him. To some, he's still the charming, handsome family man. To others, he's the scandal-ridden reality star who can't escape his past. Meanwhile, castmates like Melody Shari continue to thrive with businesses, music, and awards, while the Scotts focus on family and community. Yet Martell seems stuck in a cycle anytime he shows up. Drama follows. The truth is, Martell knows how to keep people talking. Whether loved or hated, he remains noticed. And in reality TV, attention often matters more than approval. By the end of the basketball game, the charity still won. The girls got the spotlight. The cause was highlighted and money was raised. But for Martell, it became another reminder that his reputation follows him everywhere. Supporters will keep defending him. Critics will keep dragging him. And Martell will keep showing up because if nothing else, he knows people are still watching. And that's the thing about Martell Holt, he thrives in the middle of chaos. No matter what the event is supposed to be about, his presence somehow steals the spotlight. It doesn't matter if he's invited, unexpected, praised, or criticized, he always becomes the headline. For some people, that's proof that he's addicted to attention. For others, it's proof that he simply has the kind of presence you can't ignore. What makes this even more interesting is how it ties back to Love and Marriage, Huntsville. On the show, Martell's reputation has been shaped by scandal, failed relationships, and heated confrontations. Fans have watched him clash with Melody Shari, make questionable choices, and then try to defend himself with that same charm he showed on the basketball court. But the difference now is that Melody seems to be moving on, leveling up with music, business ventures, and public recognition. While Martell keeps getting pulled back into controversy after controversy, the comparisons are unavoidable. Every time Martell makes headlines for something messy, it makes Melody look even stronger in contrast. She's building, she's winning, she's pushing forward. Meanwhile, Martell can't attend a charity basketball game without sparking a debate about his character. Still, there's no denying his influence. Love him or hate him, Martell Holt knows how to keep his name in the conversation. He doesn't fade into the background, and in reality TV, fading out can be worse than being dragged. Attention, even negative attention, keeps him relevant. And if there's one thing Martell has proven, it's that he would rather be controversial than invisible. So what does this mean moving forward? If Martell continues showing up to events, invited or not, this cycle of debate, backlash, and defense will likely keep repeating. His supporters will cheer, his critics will drag him, and the public will stay divided. But as long as people are talking, Martell Holt will continue to play his role in the reality TV world. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly the way he likes it. Writing Martell's ability to stay in the spotlight, even when the attention is negative, raises a bigger question about the culture of reality TV and celebrity. In this world, being relevant doesn't always mean being respected, simply means being talked about. Martell has mastered that. Whether it's walking into a gym unannounced or dropping unexpected claims on television, he knows how to spark conversation that keeps his name trending. The problem is that this kind of notoriety can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it keeps him on people's minds, guarantees him headlines, and secures his place in the show's storyline. On the other, it cements his reputation as someone who thrives on drama instead of growth. The longer this continues, the harder it becomes for people to separate Martell the father and businessman from Martell the controversy magnate. Meanwhile, Melody Cherie's rise creates an even sharper contrast. Fans see her as focused, disciplined, and intentional about her image. She's aligning herself with music, business deals, and speaking engagements that highlight progress. Martell, however, seems stuck in a loop, appearing in places that spark gossip rather than opportunities that build credibility. And that difference is exactly why fans keep drawing comparisons between the two. But here's the twist. Martell might not see this as a problem. For him, the criticism is just part of the game. Every harsh comment, every viral clip, and every heated debate keeps his name circulating. In his mind, it may be better to be controversial and noticed than quiet and forgotten. And in a sense, he's right, because if people stop talking about Martell Holt, that's when he truly disappears from the spotlight. So where does this leave him? Likely right where he's always been, walking the thin line between relevance and ridicule. Charity event or not, Martell Holt has shown once again that his presence guarantees attention. It may not always be the kind of attention he wants, but it's attention nonetheless. And as long as the cameras keep rolling and the public keeps watching, Martell will keep finding a way to make himself part of the story in the end. The basketball game was about empowering young girls, raising money, and building community. That mission succeeded. But Martell's appearance reminded everyone of a larger truth about fame in today's world. It's not about being perfect. It's about being visible. And if there's one thing Martell Holt knows how to do, it's to make sure people can't look away. And perhaps that's the paradox of Martell Holt, is both his greatest asset and his greatest obstacle. His charm, good looks, and ability to draw attention have carried him far. But his controversies often overshadow any genuine effort he makes. For every moment he shows up to support a cause or tries to present himself in a positive light, there's always a shadow of past mistakes waiting to be dragged back into the conversation. It's this push and pull dynamic that keeps fans both invested and exhausted by him. What's undeniable, however, is that Martell thrives on unpredictability. Viewers never quite know what version of him will appear: the supportive father, the smooth-talking charmer, or the drama-stirring cast member. This unpredictability guarantees his presence lingers in headlines and comment sections long after the cameras stop rolling. And in the world of reality TV, that kind of unpredictability isn't just valuable, it's currency. Still, as time moves forward, the question becomes whether Martell can evolve beyond being the chaos factor. Will he eventually redefine his narrative, showing growth and maturity that matches the stages of life he claims to be entering? Or will he continue leaning into the drama, accepting that controversy is his most consistent companion? The charity basketball game may have started as a community event, but Martell turned it into a reflection of his brand: complicated, divisive, and impossible to ignore. For some, that's frustrating. For others, it's entertaining. But for Martell Holt, it's survival. As long as people keep talking, he knows he's still in the game whether or not he was ever on the flyer. And that survival is what makes Martell Holt both fascinating and polarizing. He understands the mechanics of reality TV and the culture of public opinion better than most. He knows when to lean into charm, when to stir the pot, and when to simply show up because, in his world, showing up is often enough to dominate the narrative. The fact that his name trends after nearly every appearance proves that, like it or not. Martell remains a fixture in the conversation, but the real test for Martell will be whether he can shift that conversation from scandal to substance. Right now, his relevance is tethered to the drama that follows him. Yet, if he ever decides to step into a new chapter, one defined by genuine growth, accountability, and stability, he could reshape his image entirely. That transformation wouldn't just surprise his critics. It would prove that he's capable of more than surviving off controversy.